Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the what you've been wanting all week. It's the Couch Nebula podcast.
Woo! Okay. Woo! Live from California, it is the Couch Nebula podcast.
Yep.
So what's going on?
So nothing much today. We have a special guest with us.
Where is she?
Shafiq Khan.
Whoa, I'm the special guest?
Shafiq's the special guest.
Oh my god.
With my co-host Megan
What's my last
Persiani.
name?
I almost said Megan Trainor.
Megan Trainor?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, this is Megan Persiani.
Yep.
She's hanging out.
Didn't know it
It's gonna be a
sounded
cool
like that.
time.
I'm trying to talk a little louder if you're gonna talk.
Sorry. No.
So Megan's new to the podcast. Tell us about what you do, Megan, real quick.
I'm a hairdresser and a makeup artist and a nail technician.
Sweet. Do you ever...
Basically, I make people pretty.
There you
Nice.
go. Beautiful.
Nice.
You make me pretty too.
Yep.
She does my haircut. She does my nails sometimes.
Yep.
Your nails?
My nails. I get
You've done
manicures
hot pink.
sometimes. I've gotten my nails pink before.
Okay.
And there isn't a goddamn thing wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so what episode is this?
Ooh.
Last time
This
you
is number
said
16.
this is 16. Last time
This
you
is
said
16.
13.
I know. I don't know how I really dropped the ball on that one.
This is episode 16.
This
of
is
Couch Nebula
16.
Podcast. Did you think we'd make it here, Shafiq?
Yeah. I knew it would just take a little while, whatever.
Yeah, I knew it at least
we'd
take.
stumble a little bit, and that's fine.
I knew it would
whatever.
take at least 15 episodes until we got here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
So what's going on?
What's going on? Not much. I've just been chilling, really. I've been playing a game called Tarak, and
Oh, yeah, you
one
got
thing,
that.
yeah, one thing that I realized about the game Tarak is if you try to use the cheats, they have really demeaning things you have to spell out, like you waste, or what was one of them? It was like what shame, or just really
They,
demeaning.
really shame you for using the cheats.
Yeah, oh wow, you couldn't do this on your own to warp and shit. But it's a really hard game, and it's very unforgiving.
You got that for the Switch, right?
I got it for the Switch. I've been
So
playing
you
it
kept
for a
the
while.
Switch.
I kept the Switch. I did keep the Switch.
Remember in the earlier podcast, I told everyone that we were gonna get Shafiq
It
a
conned me
Switch.
into getting a Switch.
And right after that episode, we went and got him a Switch, and then the next day he was like, I'm probably returning this.
Yeah. Then I started playing Breath of the Wild a lot more, and I was like, oh, you know what? This game is actually pretty good. Very immersive. Can't beat it. Besides Tarak.
Have you played
Or Resident. Huh?
Have you played it?
Yeah, I
anymore
played it.
after?
Yeah,
After
yeah.
I beat that thing for you?
Yeah. I started, discovering all the towers, and that's all I'm really doing besides cooking.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of cooking.
Good.
I didn't realize how important cooking was in that game.
Yeah,
until...
Shafiq. Shafiq was having a lot of trouble with one of the divine beasts, and I looked at his inventory, and this man had no ingredients, no food.
I had
no nothing.
ingredients. They just
You hardly had any ingredients
I mean,
because you
yeah.
didn't know that you could hunt either. You didn't know that you could kill those animals.
Yeah. Well, I thought
and get their
I
meat.
thought I don't know. You couldn't kill them in the other games,
I know, but this is Breath of the Wild.
I don't know.
So
I asked people hey, what are you supposed to do in this game? And they're like, you could do whatever you want.
And they
And I'm like,
meant
well,
that.
all right.
they meant that you literally do anything in that game.
You can even commit suicide in that game.
You
If
could.
you want to throw
maybe.
yourself off the cliff, go ahead.
You
You
could do
really
that in
could.
Mario.
That is true. Yeah, Mario.
Yeah.
Think
That's
of it,
you
that's
could do
another
that
one
in
I
any
wanted to
game.
get. Yeah.
Oh, Odyssey, dude!
yeah.
I just got Odyssey again. I played Odyssey before.
Mhm.
Just got Odyssey again. It's fucking fantastic. That game it's so fun, so colorful. In my opinion, it brings the best of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy all into one.
I played a lot of Galaxy when I was
I know you loved Galaxy.
Galaxy was a good one.
That was
100%.
and
complete that
Sunshine was my favorite.
one. You can't beat Sunshine.
Oh god. I'd
That
say
was classic.
it's kind of easy. It's pretty easy up until midway, I'd say.
Okay.
I'd say excuse me.
You're good.
Sunshine is hard from the beginning. I feel like only the first few
Yeah. No. You're
only
right.
the first few levels are easy, and then it just throws you in. And the platforming's hard, and the bosses are hard. The platforming is the hardest part in
Absolutely.
in Sunshine.
My thing is, I didn't realize that Turok was a platformer on top of that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
suck at platformers.
You suck at
I am
really, really bad at platformers.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I can't do it. No, it's the worst.
I love platformers. But anyway, on to other business.
Other business.
Me and Megan went through something this weekend that Megan and I went through something this weekend that was pretty scary, and just wanted to share that story.
Yeah, we actually a bear attacked us.
Yeah,
And
Megan's left leg is actually still kind of mauled.
Can I see it?
Yeah, show him.
You serious?
No, we didn't.
Oh.
I'm trying to do a bit. You got to go along with it.
Oh, man.
Damn.
I'm trying to. You ruined the bit. Okay.
I
Anyway.
You really thought that I got mauled by a bear.
No.
You're so embarrassed. Okay. Anyway. So what actually happened?
So me and Megan went to New York this weekend to go camping on Fire Island. My family's from Long Island, and off the coast of Long Island is a little island called Fire Island, and it's like, you know, people go there to like go camping. They go
near Cinnabar Island.
They go to the beach. Yeah, it's right next to Cinnabar Island.
Fun fact: it got its name because of
A
what was it?
a
Dutch?
misspelling.
A misspelling on a map, because I think it was Dutch. The word for four is vier.
Okay.
And so it got misspelled on a map as fire.
That's why it's
Because it
called
was the
Fire
fourth island, because there were like 5 in a row or something like that when they
Okay.
first started doing like all the cartography and everything.
I thought it was called Fire Island because I thought it was just a giant trash heap that had caught fire in the ocean.
No, that's actually in
I don't-
St. Martin?
Yeah.
St. Lucia?
So that's a real
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, it's not on
Okay.
fire, but there is a giant island of trash floating around in the sea.
No.
Interesting.
This is different. This
What?
was on an island. A bunch of like places caught on fire. I forget where it is. I went there and it's
California?
like half the island is
No, that's the state that's on fire.
Yeah.
half the island is like owned by the French and the other half is owned by the British. Maybe it's in the ocean.
It's somewhere out there.
Aren't we all?
My mom would be like killing me right now if she heard me like trying to explain this.
Aren't we all
Anyway,
in
it
the
doesn't
ocean?
matter. But
Anyway,
it's
we
been
went
on fire.
camping on Fire Island. It was a good time.
We
I
didn't
had a
go
lot
camping.
of fun. We didn't go camping. Okay. We were supposed to go camping.
Yeah, story time. Let's do it.
We got there, went to the beach. We had a good time at the beach. We dug a big hole.
We got abused by the waves.
Aren't you a person that doesn't like the beach?
Yeah, I hate the beach.
We had
Is
a
it
good
the
time
sand?
though.
We had a good time. No, it's the fucking ocean. I'm afraid of the ocean.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't like the ocean when you can't see through it, because I had a dream when I was like 3 that clams were eating my feet, and ever since then I have this weird fear that like clams and or crabs are gonna just like attach
Yeah,
themselves
you
to
actually
my feet.
were like really scared about
Yeah.
that. Like while we were there,
Like
we were
I want,
oh,
you know
God.
how like when you stand in the sand, the waves come up and down, you kind of sink in a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You know, I just have to keep my feet moving because I'm like, I'm gonna sink in and there's gonna be like a whole crab thing right there.
Okay.
Anyway,
I mean, I could see that with clams, because clams don't have any eyes. They look weird, you know?
I don't think clams bite though. They just kind of like,
It's just...
yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So, we had a good time in the sand. We dug a big hole. We sat in it. We sunbathed a little
We
bit.
adopted
Okay.
a 4-year-old.
We adopted this little 4-year-old. He was cool.
Okay.
It was really annoying.
he was
Oh,
really-
damn.
I mean, he saw us digging a hole, so he just dug a big hole right next to ours, and he kept like trying to get us to look at his
Every
hole.
second, every like 5 minutes, he was like, "It's almost as big as yours," and we would like look.
And it,
we're
like,
on-
wasn't
we're, like,
remotely
sitting
big?
In the, no,
Yeah, it was
we're like
nowhere
sitting in the
near.
ground, and he expects us to like be able to see.
Yeah, like we were like it literally like we were like
we were in a pit.
we
in
dug
the,
at least like a 2.5, 3 foot hole in the ground.
I would say it
Okay.
was like a good 3 feet because like
It's
it was
probably-
hard to like
yeah.
get out of.
Good 3 feet hole in the ground, and we were sitting in it, and we're just like sunbathing. And this kid is like digging next to us, and he keeps telling us to come look, but like we're 3 feet in the damn ground.
It's going to be a
So
while
we
just
just like
to get
kind of
out.
look over like, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I pretended to
No,
be
I'm like,
asleep.
oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably want
so
his parents to look at it.
yeah,
Poor
so we had
kid.
fun in the sand, and then
We got ice
we were
cream.
supposed to. We got ice cream. We were supposed to stay there the night. We were supposed to stay on Fire Island because we did what's called glamping.
glamour camping.
Glamour camping.
Okay, tell me
So
about
we
that.
rented a tent. It's got like fucking hard. It's got like wood floor. It's got
It's a
two
platform
like
tent,
beds.
is what it's called.
A platform tent. It's got 2 beds in it. You know, it's got dresser.
Queen size bed.
Yeah, 2 queen size
Little
bed.
vanity.
Yeah, it's really cool.
A
You
lounge
remember,
chair, like a little
you
rocking
remember
chair.
a Goofy movie when they have that RV?
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking of.
it's kind of like that, but like you know,
But it's
without
it's
the
on the
pizza,
sand. It
Okay.
was on the
it's on
sand.
the
It
sand.
was on
It's
the
straight on
sand.
the beach. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Pretty
really
dope.
cool. It was cool. But halfway through the day, like we were like, I mean, all there's left to do is like sleep. So we were
Well,
just
and
like,
there were horseflies and mosquitoes
yeah.
everywhere.
So the
Okay,
bugs were
naturally,
killing
yeah.
us, even though we had like bug spray on. The bugs were just going
Bugs
crazy.
didn't do shit.
And she said there was no way.
There was no way.
So So Megan has the brilliant idea. She reminds me, hey, like, there's still ferries back to Long Island or whatever. So I was like, oh, true. So, like, we were supposed to be staying, like, we went there camping with my mom and my stepdad and his kids. So we were just, went up to my mom and I was like, hey, would it be crazy if, like, me and Megan just caught the last ferry home?
Would it be crazy?
Yeah, it's literally how I asked, because I didn't want to offend her, because, like, she set this up.
Right.
But, like, I was just, like, going to be bored the rest of the night. So
like,
I was
we
just,
spent, like, the day with them.
yeah,
like...
we hung out with them all day.
Right.
But then I was like, hey, would it be, like, insane if we just caught the last ferry home? And my mom had no problem with it, so we caught the ferry home, and I was like, we could just stay with my grandparents in Long Island.
Okay.
So we
and that's where it started.
So we went to my grandparents. Well, first we went to Ralph's, which is imagine Rita's like we have here,
but like
Okay.
3,000
so
flavors.
much better.
And it's like a different texture. It's not like watery water ice. Like it's like like think about like cotton candy turned into a water ice. How it's kind of like dry but then melts. It's like that.
Ooh, okay.
It's
but
a different
water
kind
ice,
of
and it's
Italian ice. It's really good.
and it's not like Polish water ice. Like it's
Okay.
Italian ice, but it's not. And it's not like the ones where you get at the store and you like scrape them. It was. I can now compare it to anything here.
It's really good.
and
They
they
have
have
way
so
more
many
flavors than
flavors.
Rita's.
all the time.
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
No,
about
yeah,
this.
I can
She
tell.
loved it.
I was
She
like,
loved it.
damn, like
she loved
We went
it.
yeah, I'm
twice.
wondering like what type of texture. Like that's gotta
Oh,
be
it's so
interesting.
good. If you and I ever go to Long Island, I'll have to take you to Ralph's. It's
I'm
really
sure
good.
there's one closer.
Yeah, there's gotta be at least one.
Maybe in
closer.
They
New
might
Jersey.
have one near like Wildwood.
I
or
have
something.
only ever seen one in Long Island, but
Oh, I smell that candle now. It smells good.
So then we go to my grandma's house, and the first thing we do there, my grandma always makes this drink called horchata.
Okay.
So I had some because like my grandma knows that I love that, so she offers me some, and I was like, oh, well, maybe Megan wants some. So I had Megan try some.
Because you know you don't want to take a whole glass of something
Yeah.
you don't know.
So
you're
I had
not
her
gonna
sip
like.
mine,
Yeah.
and she loved it.
Okay.
So she goes, yeah, I'll have some. But then I remember right as my grandmother's getting her cup,
Yeah.
I remember, oh shit. I was like, Megan's allergic to nuts. I was like, I gotta ask if there's nuts in this because I don't know. As far as
At
I
this
know,
point, I've already taken a sip.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
Do you have
forgot
an
about
EpiPen? Because I don't.
Yeah. Oh, why not?
I don't know. I've just lived
They're
21.
expensive.
Are they? I know they're like $50 for one, but I never like.
50. You must have good insurance.
Oh, I thought you could just get. Anyway.
It's
So-
prescription and it costs like.
Their prescription? I thought you left. Okay, I thought you could just
I mean,
like
this
go to
is
the
why
store
you
and
don't
get.
have one.
Right.
No.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
They're like $200.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Someone told me they're. Anyway. Good
Somebody
moving.
lied to you.
Yeah, someone did lie horribly.
so
But only $50, and I'm like, ah, shit, these are 200.
They were talking about Benadryl. Just kidding.
Yeah, maybe.
real quick, I asked my grandma. I was like, "Is there nuts in this?" And she was like, "Yeah." She was like,
She's like, yeah, there's cashews in it.
"Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, there's cashews," because she didn't
Okay.
know that Megan had a thing.
Who the fuck puts
I
cashews in a
forgot.
drink?
I forgot.
That's a weird. Yeah, like what?
I had no
What's the
idea. I've
cashews
been drinking
doing
that.
for it?
I've been drinking that my whole life. I had no idea
Cashews
that.
are a sweeter nut, I guess.
I guess, yeah, it is. Makes sense.
That's what I've heard. I mean, I guess I wouldn't really know.
Like,
Anyway.
you keep talking over me.
You know how it feels when you talk over me.
You're right.
Ooh, payback.
But anyway,
Anyway.
shut the fuck up. I asked real quick. I was like, "Does it have cashews?" My grandma was like, "Yeah," and Megan was like, "Oh fuck," and I was like,
Okay.
"Oh
No.
shit."
Like, instantly, my heart dropped. I felt like tingles all over, like pure anxiety. Like,
Yeah.
overflowed my body.
So I looked at her and I was like, "What do we do?" Because I was like, "Shit," because she had already taken she took a tiny sip, but Megan is like allergic.
I'm definitely
to
allergic.
Definitely
nuts.
allergic.
Yeah.
So
So it's not just peanuts; it's any type of
all
nut.
Peanuts and
nuts.
tree nuts, yeah.
Oh wow.
yeah,
Apparently not walnuts, but like, you know, like cross-contamination, so like I don't
you
I
should
don't
stay
mess
away
with
from
it.
nuts.
Yeah.
So
Plus I don't like them, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "What do we do?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Fuck." And she was like, "Do you have any Benadryl or whatever?" Which, now that I'm thinking about it, they probably had some at the house.
Listen, but with the time that your grandma was taking to show you what cashews
Yeah.
were, I was
Yeah.
because his grandparents don't speak a lot of English. His grandfather speaks definitely more than his grandmother.
Oh boy.
So we're already like having a little bit of a problem of expressing like how serious this
Yeah.
is.
Crescent looking.
So I just told her, I told my grandparents, I was like, "We gotta go," because like I was like, "All right, we're gonna go get some Benadryl, so that it can kind of counteract her allergy or whatever." So we run to the supermarket.
Okay, can we talk about the traffic that was
Oh my
on the way
God,
to
yeah.
like
I
I
was
was like I
freaking
thought I
out.
was just gonna die in your car seat.
There was fucking traffic on the way to the supermarket, and then I got in the fucking supermarket, and it's like this Spanish ass supermarket, and like everything is mixed matched. Like they don't have like a for sure pharmacy section, so I'm running all over the fucking pharmacy, and I go up and I ask this guy, and I'm like, "Hey, do you guys have like a pharmacy section like where you sell medicine?" He just goes, Yeah, probably, but I'm kind of new, so and like I felt so rude, but I just walked away because like I didn't have time to like whatever. So
Like,
I
I
just
was
walked away.
possibly dead in the car. You
I know, because that's what I was worried about. So I just kept looking around, and I eventually found it in like the weirdest fucking spot.
Where was it?
Like behind the registers.
Okay.
Like there wasn't like we went there again later. Like there was like paper products and then like rice and
Yeah.
then like
So
other
it's just
paper
like random stuff in the back.
Yeah, like
That place
tampons
was
were in
all
the
over
same
the
aisle
place
as
the
chips.
chips. Yeah, it was
You said-
all over the place. Yeah, like feminine hygiene was like here, and like cookies were here.
I mean, it kind of makes
There's a
sense,
Spanish
but like,
market. It makes sense.
So it was weird. So okay, I ran in, got to the Benadryl, ran out. She took a Benadryl, and I was like, okay, now what do you want to do? And then she was like, she's still freaking out, so she's like kind of being rude to me, but like obviously I understood
I
why.
was crying.
I was trying
naturally.
and I was trying so hard to stay calm because I'm freaking out because I thought I killed her.
Yeah.
And like, but I'm
Just
trying
a
not to
little
freak out because she's already freaked out, so I'm trying to keep her calm. So then she texts her mom, and her mom gives us the idea of like, she's like, okay, we'll take the Benadryl and then go find the nearest hospital, go sit in the parking lot, just so in case you feel like you need to go in, you just go right in.
Okay. Yeah.
So then we go, we
Because like,
find
who the fuck wants to pay $7,000 for a WeHo bus?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So we go to the hospital and we're sitting there for a little bit and then like we're relaxing. She's starting to feel like fine.
Yeah,
Her
yeah.
tongue swelled up a little bit,
like it was like swollen like over my teeth,
Yeah.
and my lips
Just a little
felt
bit.
swollen too.
but that's all
Okay.
that happened because eventually she just calmed down and like, you know, her anxiety went down and we realized she was fine. But then she
we went to 7-Eleven.
went to
Got
7-Eleven.
yelled at.
Shh,
Got
I yelled
yelled
at
at?
her because we're in Long Island. We're in Brentwood, Long Island.
Okay.
This is like MS Central.
MS Central, like MS-13.
MS-13. It's
Okay,
like
that's what I
really
thought.
high pop, like really high.
I didn't realize that MS-13 was
population.
totally like over there.
No, it's like obviously it's not El Salvador, but it's really high in Long Island because there's a lot of Salvadorian people there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're there, and some dude on the way out of 7-Eleven, some dude like catcalls Megan,
Mm-hmm.
which anywhere else I'd have a problem with, but here I was like, just let it go.
Take
But
my
Megan didn't
girlfriend.
know that,
Uh-huh.
so Megan flips this guy off. Like this short little Salvadorian fucking dude.
Yes, he's like, why'd you flip him off? I was like, he's short.
No, like yeah, because I didn't hear her get catcalled.
Okay,
She
okay.
You were
left.
still inside because I
she-
went out to
yeah.
the car first.
She
I
walked
came
out
in
of
to
the
see if there was a
store.
bathroom, and there wasn't, so I was like, well, I'm going to go sit in the car so I'm not, like, standing here while I have
Right.
to pee. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So she goes out, and apparently that happens, and I go after. And then also I come out, all I see is her flipping off this dude for like no reason. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
And then she told me what happened. I was like, like, okay, I understand your frustration, but like, he could be an MS-13. He could kill us tonight. It's like,
You really think so? You
Yes.
think that's what
He
could
was
happen?
so paranoid. We drove back to the hospital. He's like looking behind him, like.
You really think these motherfuckers are
no,
after you?
dead ass, no, because the MS in Long Island, like in the past few years, there's like people been beheaded, people been chopped up, people have been really
Because
fucking
of
murdered
MS-13.
in MS-13 in
I
Long
thought they
Island.
really weren't that prevalent,
No,
to be
straight
honest.
up, it's a big deal
Jesus.
in Long Island right now. Yeah. So I was like, fuck. I was like, just oh god. I was stressed out because of that. But then
Naturally.
I was stressed out too.
she was stressed
Yeah,
out because
yeah,
she almost
yeah.
died. So it was just an eventful night. Oh gosh.
And then I really had to pee, and you know, like there's no fucking public bathrooms in New York, so I peed in the grass at the hospital.
Okay.
She had to
Interesting.
go. She was like literally about to piss herself. So she was wearing a dress. So
So
she
I
just
took my underwear off in the car and then like put the dress around me, sat on the curb, and
took a piss.
Do what you gotta do.
nobody knew. It just looked like a weirdo sitting there, which isn't that weird for New York.
Yeah, there's weirder stuff in New York.
Exactly. So yeah, and then finally everything calmed down, and then we went back to my grandparents' house, and they didn't really realize because even when I tried to explain to them what we were doing and what happened, they didn't really understand. So
How did they?
then while
like,
we
just
were
because,
out,
like poor translation, like you know.
yeah. So then while we were out, my mom called me, and she's like, "Hey, you know, your grandfather called me. He said you guys just left and like didn't say what you were doing." And I was like, "No, I told him. It's just he didn't understand."
Oh, jeez.
So then we get back, and I guess so.
And
I,
it's been
since
like this is like a 2-hour ordeal.
yeah, this is like a
Okay.
whole 2-hour thing. So then we get back, and my grandfather, like, obviously he talked to my mom then, and she told him what happened, so he understood, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, you know, we almost killed you." But, you know, it was
Not
nobody's
that it was
fault.
anybody. Yeah, exactly.
Because I forgot to ask, because I had no idea that the drink had cashews. Then I remembered really quick. Good thing I remembered before she went and had a whole cup.
Yeah, that would have been it for
I
me.
Yeah.
would have been dead.
Yeah. So my grandparents had no idea she had that allergy, and, like, you know, she didn't know that it was nobody's fault. It was
I
just
didn't know
an
I had
accident.
that allergy. No.
Yes. It was just an accident. So good thing she's good. Everything's fine.
My
We're
boyfriend's
alright.
never been so nice to me.
I was so nice to her that whole day. I was like fucking kissing her, hugging her, and I was like,
can I have a drink? You were like, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay.
I was
You can have
so
whatever you
nice,
like.
Yeah, yeah. And then we went to sleep. And then first of all, we noticed that we both had incredible sunburn from laying out on the beach all day.
Yeah, I could tell. I was looking at
sand
Caesar and he was
places that like sand should not be.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
A lot of my hair.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus.
We were sandy, we were sunburnt, we were tired, we were exhausted, we were coming off of anxiety.
I was tired from that fucking Benadryl. I haven't had Benadryl in years.
That knocks you the fuck out no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was like we came home and I like felt bad because we kind of just like said like, oh sorry, like your grandparents like
Yeah.
sorry for almost killing you. We're like nah, sorry for like that happening, and then we just
then
like
we
went to bed.
Yeah,
Showered and went to bed.
it was an eventful night, and we knocked out. We slept good that
I
night.
did not understand how to work that shower. I could only get it to go hot no matter what. And
Sounds about
and
right.
It probably wasn't that hot, but like my sunburn.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like I felt like
Your
I
skin
was
was
in
just
hell.
sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty wild, pretty gnarly night. We had fun though, and then the next day, what did we do? We went to Adventureland in Long Island, fun amusement park in Long Island.
Well, we slept in and we went shopping.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause
Where'd you go
I
shopping?
didn't bring enough. There's
Oh,
like
oh.
a Tanger Outlets.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
like the Philly outlets.
All right.
Same people own it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Got a
that
Knicks
was-
shirt.
Yeah, that was our New York trip. That was fun.
I'll never forget it.
Sounds pretty fun. Yeah.
It was all
Sounds
right.
pretty eventful.
Yep. So that's us.
That's my story. Thank you for hanging out with me.
That's
Wait, can we talk about that? Can I actually, like, have you talked about that on here?
Not on here now.
Okay, so is it okay if I, like, bring up, is
I
that,
mean,
like,
sure,
allowed?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
sure.
You've heard of the Mandela Effect, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I'm, like, especially, like, in the last, like, year or two, I've gotten, well, it's only been a thing since 2013.
Okay.
Oh my god, I can go on like so many different tangents here with this.
Please.
But so
By all means.
basically, like I've gotten sorry. I've gotten what is this by the way? Can
Relax.
I ask what this is?
This is a I got this in Mexico. It's a jaguar call.
Oh, can I do it?
No, you gotta do it a certain way. Like what?
Look at that.
No, you don't blow it into it that hard.
Okay, anyway.
This podcast has a Jaguar ASMR included with it.
Yes, anyway. Those videos are really fun to watch. The soap cutting videos.
Okay, go on.
Oh yeah, those are fucking
Okay,
great.
so Mandela Effect. So for those of you who don't know, like the Mandela Effect only came around in 2013 when Nelson Mandela died. And it was this huge thing because people swore that he had died in the 80s when he was in jail. I'm not going to lie, I remember learning that he died in jail when I was in history class in high school.
Yeah, I did too.
And so basically Mandela Effect started with that, and it's like when a large group of people, it doesn't have to be everybody, but when a large group of people remember something, it's basically like a false memory that everybody remembers,
Yeah.
that has kind of been dissected as being like a possible like parallel universe type thing. I just recently read a Twitter thread, is that what you call
Yeah,
it?
like a thread.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have Twitter, I don't tweet.
No, it's okay.
On like the world did really end in 2012, and that we were kind of sucked into this whole like parallel universe thing, and like the world ended, so we just jumped into another universe that was almost exactly the same, and that's why there's these slight differences that we've been picking up since 2013. So pause.
Yeah. I know. I told you not to come down here. I told you just to text me. I texted him. I told him, don't come down here.
That's okay, you can edit that part out.
Yeah.
So
Oh, talking about the Mandela Effect?
Yeah. Okay, so that's why people were like, okay, well, the world really did end December 21st in 2012. Not because of the whole Mayan calendar thing and the whole, like, I don't want to say Jesus thing to offend anybody. I'm not religious. I didn't really catch up with all that stuff because I don't really follow that. But that was the whole thing, and it was like, okay, what if it really did end? And then there was this whole, like, thing with Stephen Hawking. And what was it? CERN? C-E-R-N, I think it
Okay.
was. It's basically the fact that Earth is sitting in a black hole. And we always have been, but we're stable in it.
Okay.
It's like, and it was compared in an article I read that, like, somebody, like, let's say I hand you a piece of paper and I'm like, this piece of paper has the ability to spontaneously combust.
Okay.
But it just sat in an oven for 4 hours and didn't, so the likelihood of it combusting in your hand is, like, highly unlikely. But basically that we can be sucked back into this black hole at any time. I might not have explained it right, so, like, don't quote me on that, but
Okay,
I've been,
okay.
like, you know, like, reading about it and stuff late at night when
Okay.
I can't fall asleep.
okay.
So, anyway, lots of, like, things of the Mandela Effect are, like, keep popping up as I mean, this is a new thing, so people are finding new stuff like every couple of months.
I've seen new videos where people are like, "Oh, I found like 3 or 4 new
topics."
topics.
Yeah, one of them that really gets me is the Monopoly Man. He doesn't have a monocle.
I found out
and I always remember him having a monocle. And there were actually 2 newspaper articles that were found that didn't necessarily state it exactly, but saying that somebody was dressed up as the monocle, as the Monopoly Man, and that it's our beloved monocled man.
That doesn't make any sense, though. You know what I mean?
Because it's just weird. It's really, really weird.
Yeah.
But
Caesar
anyway.
Caesar was telling me about like a meme that you guys were trying to find.
So that's what I was going to bring up.
Okay.
So Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff, loved that show when I was younger.
Classic.
It was really funny. So when that show ended, she apparently did this interview, like just saying like thank you to all of her fans and everything. Like she had such a great time on the show, and she appreciated like all the support over the years. And this was like a really, really old video that was kind of dug up. So somebody made a meme out of it, sped it up, and she sounded really...
slowed down.
Slowed it down, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
They slowed it down, so it's her talking, and the caption is like, me after too many drinks on the first day.
Right,
and
like...
so she's going, thank you for hanging out with me.
Right.
I had such a good time. It just sounds, she just looks like a drunk girl being like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so funny. It's like a really good meme.
So I tagged him in it.
But I didn't think anything of it. It was just a meme. So she tags me in it.
Because we tag each other in like 20 things a day.
Okay.
Like that's what we do.
Yeah, as soon as I go on Facebook, I see like, you know, you commenting or like you commenting.
Yeah. So, funny thing, I tagged him in it. I remember like thousands of other comments of people tagging them in it. And we brought it up, and then I was like, I want to find that again to like look at it.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't find it anywhere. I search everywhere. I search YouTube. I search Lizzie McGuire interview. Can't even find the original interview. Nothing. Can't find the memes. Anything. The most recent thing I can find is from like 2013 that has nothing to really do with it.
Right.
And I even posted on Reddit. They have like a help me find. No, it was Reddit.
Was it Reddit?
Yeah, help me like find this, and I put that like, hey, like there's this thing, and I actually found a post from somebody else from like last year making this same exact post as I did, and he still hasn't been able to find it. And like there are other people who were like, yeah, I've heard of it and everything, but nobody can find this meme of Lizzie McGuire.
Something so minuscule, but it's like a big deal for everyone, you know? That's crazy.
And it's not that big of a thing, but it's just like weird.
Yeah, you guys want to find it, though.
What caught our eye is that there's other people looking for it.
Yeah.
And we thought it was just something that we found and like, oh, maybe it got deleted
or
whatever,
did
and we
get
saw
drugged?
It's definitely more prevalent if other people are looking for it.
Like, it is 2019, it is the internet. Everything has a footprint.
Yeah.
But we cannot
could not find it on Twitter. I cannot find it on Tumblr. I cannot find it on Facebook. I cannot find it on Instagram. I cannot find it on YouTube. I cannot find it just plain searching Google.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Can't find it.
It's so fucking weird.
There are things that people like try to get off the internet that can't get off the internet.
Yeah.
It's just a meme. There's no reason why this.
Where is the Statue of Liberty?
New York. Like, near.
He doesn't know.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it's on Ellis Island, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's on Liberty Island. Who the fuck would have known that? Nobody, because it used to be on Ellis Island until now. It's on Liberty Island.
What the hell is Liberty Island?
Apparently that's where the Statue of Liberty is.
I thought it was Ellis.
I thought it was
If
Ellis
you play
Island.
any like Spider-Man game, it like reads
Ellis
Island.
Right? No, it's on Liberty Island. Go home, play Spider-Man PS4. Go to the. Statue
I'm talking Spider-Man like 2 for the PS2.
Yeah, so
like
try
the
that,
old Johns.
And try the one that you're at home right now.
I don't like that.
And it's like, is this just a common mistake or like?
I don't think that's a common mistake.
Parallel universe, Mandela Effect.
If everyone's collectively, being wrong over the same thing, I don't know.
Pretty wild.
So
that's the
this
one
is
that
like,
gets me.
Yeah.
Which one?
The Ellis Island one.
No, that's a little much. There was one that I was looking into. I totally forgot what it was though.
Because it's like, why would we think Ellis Island?
Yeah.
Like, because, if it really was on Liberty Island, that would be so easy for us to remember.
Yeah.
Because
Liberty,
like, you
the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. I mean, you don't learn it on a test.
Exactly. So what's the prevalence of Ellis Island? Why do I even know that island?
Yeah. Why is it called Ellis
Island?
Exactly.
Wouldn't if the Statue of Liberty was on Liberty Island, everybody would know that because that would be easy as shit to remember.
Statue of Liberty.
Liberty Island. Yeah. We wouldn't be like Ellis Island. Like, why the fuck would we learn about?
Why is it on Ellis
exactly?
Island?
Then what the hell is prevalent about Ellis Island? Why would we know it in the first place?
Yeah. So
spooky.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to talk about in this podcast?
I want to talk about the thing that happened with Mr. Epstein. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or not correctly.
We talked about this on the way to New York.
Okay.
On the car ride to New York. I know. I mean, Megan knows more about it than I do.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to.
I mean, you can start. I'll just like.
I don't know too much. Well, okay, we'll start here. He was an actor from Law and Order, correct? The guy, right?
I don't actually know his background. I just know like what the situation.
Okay, well, he was a guy that
and
was
I have
on...
like my opinions.
Right. I'm pretty sure he was a guy that was on Law and Order.
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
You keep going. I'll
Guy that was on Law and Order, if I'm not mistaken, or like, SCU, like one of those shows or whatever. And I don't know how he got accused or how they figured it out, but he was he's part of some big sex trade operation, I believe.
Yeah. So what? This actually started in like the 80s, 90s. He had bought an island. I mean, he's rich. He had bought an island, and can you look it up? Because I still can't get this thing to work. Sorry. So he had bought this island, and I don't know what he actually named it, but like people would like nickname it like Orgy Island.
Oh, okay.
Or like weird things like that. And he actually had a boat, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was like the Lolita something. Okay. And Lolita's that movie where like isn't like a guy obsessed with like his daughter's friend or whatever, like a younger girl. It's like very like pedophile.
Yeah, kind of weird stuff. Yeah, pedophile. I got what you mean.
Yeah, okay. Right. So,
pedophilia.
Could it be?
Just look up Jeffrey Epstein.
I know.
So, I mean, he's dead now.
Right there.
That's the Wikipedia page. I don't think he's an actor of any kind.
Just look up how is
I
he
could have
famous?
sworn that guy's an actor.
I think he was an actor. I thought, but he's like knows a lot of. Oh shit.
Yeah, see, he was on the Special Victims Unit, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe he was on an episode.
Yeah, but whatever. Anyway.
Okay, whatever.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Okay.
It says he was a financer. That's all he really was.
Weird.
I feel weird, like, stating this stuff, because, like, what if I'm wrong? But from what I remember in my brain is that, so we had an island and had this boat with a really weird name, and he, basically would take young girls. They weren't women. They were, like, 14 to 17-year-old.
Okay.
This is illegal.
So, like, teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers that come from broken homes that need help. He would take them. He'd convince them to come with him back to this island, and like one of them was this girl named Virginia, and I think she was from New York, but I can't remember. She was like 17.
Okay.
And he was basically like, hey, come with me, you can work as a massage therapist on my island, and I will pay you this and give you this. And he treated these girls really well, but they were all sexually abused.
Ooh.
But it's a really fine line between knowing that you're being sexually abused, but when you're not actually, like, people think of sexual abuse and they think that like people are gonna have bruises and, you know, like...
Yeah, like it's going to be very blatant.
Exactly, but it's not always like that. It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, like,
it could just be like little things.
We're really confused. And the girl who does my lashes, Sierra, she's amazing. She's the one who actually, like, told me all about this.
She'll
and
put
then
you
I
on all
looked
this
into
stuff.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. We have, like, deep talks every time. And, so we were talking about this. And I guess, like, he had all of these, a group of girls, and he would tell them, like, I want 3 new girls per girl every day. So he wanted each girl that he had taken on this island to go find 3 more girls to bring back to him every day. He wanted 3 new faces from each of them.
Okay.
And then he would invite big people, politicians. Prince Andrew was
There's a picture
big
of
one.
Trump with him.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And all this stuff. And basically everybody's like, well, I've never heard of Jeffrey Epstein. And it's like, oh, we have your photos, dude. Which is like, why would you take photos in the first place when you're doing illegal shit like this? Like, is that really the keepsake that you need?
Let me commemorate this really, really dark thing that I'm doing.
Yeah. And I mean, they would go and take girls and they would take their passports from them. I mean, these weren't just girls from America. These were girls from all over the place. And it was really weird because that girl, Virginia, eventually was just like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. And he said, fine. And he completely let her go, trusting that she would be quiet about it. I think she went to Thailand or something.
Okay.
And, yeah, and let her go. And she, like, lived out her whole life there until, you know, this came out and they started speaking up. So this was basically just a conspiracy theory this entire time that ended up coming true, which is why I think it's blowing up in the media so much. I mean, obviously because it's, like, such a big, like, sex slavery thing. Because, you know, like, everybody knows that sex trafficking goes on and everything, but you never really hear people finding out about it. Especially
because it's such an underground
this guy owned
thing.
His own island. And it's also big because it's the whole, like, politics thing. Like, that's, you know, everybody, even if you say that you're not into politics, you know something about politics. You've probably heard about this whole thing.
Someone's going to say something about it that, like, clicks with you.
So, yeah.
What do you think about him dying then? Like, the
whole... Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
Okay.
Because this is all I know. Because all I see is the memes that are like, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton killing him.
Right. So the thing is that he was in prison. And actually, he was arrested for something a while ago, I think. And he was sentenced to 18 months, I think, in prison.
Okay.
And you know how he spent that 18 months? He was basically put up in a hotel. That's how nice his jail cell was. He only had to be there 12 hours a day. So he would basically just go there to sleep. He was allowed to have visits there, everything. So, because, you know, politicians, like,
yeah.
it's like how the president can't really get arrested. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to do everything they can to, like, okay, yeah, he's serving this sentence, but is he really?
Mm-hmm.
So he came in with a bunch of marks on his neck that was, like, kind of an obvious suicide attempt. So they put him on a suicide watch.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah. So how do you... they won't release how he committed suicide. I don't even think he's really dead.
You don't think he's dead?
No. I mean, I guess he could be. I don't know. I haven't read up on it. Maybe they had a ceremony.
Where is he placed, though? Do you know that? Because I heard, like, he was placed in, like, some type of prison that, like, the Clintons had, or some weird stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
It's like, how do you know what's true and what's not?
Exactly, because there's so many theories out there.
Was like, yeah, he committed suicide. We won't say how.
Yeah.
We won't, and I'm like, he was on suicide watch. Like, how do you...
He was on suicide watch. There were 24-hour surveillance cameras all around. There were guards outside his fucking door.
It's like, were really that many people not doing their job?
But also, if you're on suicide watch, they make sure you don't have anything sharp. You don't have anything that you can tie to put into a noose.
I'm pretty sure you have to, like, bend over and cough. Like,
yeah, like, you have to, I don't know, you have to do, like, self-mutilation, something crazy. But even then, like, they make sure, like, it's dummy-proof. So, like, the fact that he died of suicide, just doesn't
like, I don't understand how, like, they won't release anything. It's like, okay, well, he could totally still be, like, alive, and they're just like, yeah, he died. And they just want everybody to believe that, and he could be out there. I mean, you know, he could take up a totally different,
name? Persona?
Yeah.
Plastic surgery, all that shit.
He's got the money for it.
Go back to his island? Nobody would ever know.
Exactly.
Like, what happens to your island when somebody dies? What happens to the island thing? Does it go up for sale? Like how, like, when somebody dies in a house? Does it get passed on through the family?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, isn't that a whole island like a crime scene, though, now?
Kinda, yeah. I'm sure they have to investigate the whole island.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Talking to everyone, talking to all the girls, you know, who was on this island. Who else was on this island? You know Eddie Bravo, by any chance?
Eddie Bravo?
He's a guy that's on, like, Joe Rogan's podcast.
Uh-huh.
He was talking about, like, you know, there's the Epstein thing, and then, you know, there are all these shootings that are happening. I'm not going to put on my tinfoil hat or anything, you know, start on anything crazy, but he was talking about, like, how, like, for, I think, the Walmart shooting, they were, like, you know, there were multiple accounts that there were other shooters, but these shooters weren't the kid that was, like, shooting up everyone.
Yeah.
They were, like, swatted up looking guys.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like, we're talking guys with machine guns. Like, they looked like they were in tactical gear, like, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And there were multiple reports about these guys, like, shooting other people, and they're, like, you know, other people talking about it, saying that it was, like, someone else.
Uh-huh.
And that, if anything, it's more of a, you know, diversion from this Epstein thing. And they typically do things like that. Like, oh, you know, someone's about to get convicted. Here's a mass shooting.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Like, they use it, if anything, as more of another trigger for paranoia. Now, am I going to say that's the case? I don't know. I don't know jack shit at this point. But that's just a thing that I saw, and I was like, that's thought-provoking at the least. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I think that's how it goes. That's how it always goes. That happens,
yeah, people are gonna mourn over, and they're gonna think about, like, oh yeah, oh my god, this crazy shooting, and, like, obviously, like, you know, people are dying. That's crazy.
Some
like,
scandalous shit goes down, and then it always happens like that. Some scandalous shit goes down, and then some other random disaster happens to take everyone's mind off of it.
You had
and then everybody forgets about.
What was it? The guy that dressed up like the Joker for the Batman shooting. You remember that?
Yeah.
That happened right before something too, apparently.
Yep.
Like, it's always right before something. What's up?
So this is, I love how I just, like, raise my hand.
Okay. Yeah.
This is sort of on topic and sort of off topic. It's just about, like, the media in general and stuff. So you know how, like, somebody will come out saying, I saw a UFO and da-da-da. Like, the whole thing with, like, the Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar, yeah.
And, you know, the FBI, like, watches him and everything.
Oh, yeah,
So why are they calling attention to something that they don't believe in?
What? Wait.
Like, because they are like, this never happened, he never worked here, all that stuff, then why is the FBI fucking watching him?
There was he actually did an interview, because I watched his story, like, a bunch of times. He was on a bunch of different documentaries, and his story always stayed the same. He would always say, like, you know, I saw this the ship, but I couldn't touch anything. I was just supposed to watch it, and basically it was, like, all one material, and it was just welded in. Everything was welded in. It wasn't, like, different materials. Everything was just, like melted in, basically. But he would describe it in a very specific way, and he would always say it the same. But he did say that, like, you know, they got rid of all of his records and everything. But right before he, you know, went to work for Area 51 or whatever, or Area 52, whatever, whichever one it was. He like made a car with like a weird engine, with like some type of strange engine.
Like there was no power that we had on Earth yet, basically. Like no material.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But he was in the news for that. And he was in the newspaper specifically.
Okay.
So there was they used that as a record, like, oh yeah, they expunged basically everything else, but they still had this. And it's just weird. It's just weird to think about that. Like, what if you got erased? What if you like try to like, I don't know, take money out of your account and you're like, oh, this person doesn't exist.
My thing is like, why would the government draw more attention to something that they are trying to say isn't even real? That's the thing. They do such a bad job. Like with the Jeffrey Epstein thing. Mm-hmm. They could have just told us, they could have lied to us and said that he committed suicide by hanging himself in his cell and that the cameras went down. Why on earth are they so vague with it that really makes us question it, that could possibly lead us to finding out something? Like, if they want to cover something up, why don't they just do it in a way that we can't question any of it? Like, they always, because, you know, the whole, like, government's always hiding stuff from us. Yeah. It's like, well, why do they? I don't know. I don't think I'm explaining it well. But
well, no, I feel like the idea is more people just want an answer rather than like, you know, want to question something. And in that sense, they'll they'll be like, okay, well, yeah, I guess he died from suicide, whatever, and you know they'll let it be because they don't want to think of like what else it could possibly be. They don't want to be paranoid and think about, oh shit, the government's doing shit like this. That's kind of crazy.
Also, if you also think about it, no matter what happens, there's always going to be conspiracy theorists who won't accept the official story.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they could have pulled it off so well that it's like there'd be no question to the average person, and someone is still gonna find every little detail.
Well, actually,
this doesn't add up. This doesn't add
yeah.
up. You know, no one. It's never gonna be totally like conspiracy proof.
Yeah.
So
and that kind of goes for anything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's all hearsay.
Yeah.
At most, just a weird thing to think about, really. On the subject of UFOs, though, I know they're trying to be a little bit more open with them. I know Bernie Sanders, if he ever gets elected, supposedly he would, leak, oh, yeah, no, they're real, and, this is what's happening. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that would go very well.
When are they supposed to raid Area 51?
Isn't that?
That's
September,
that's
right?
coming. That's coming out, yeah. Oh, September.
Like a month?
September,
Yeah.
yeah, a month from now.
I don't think anyone's gonna do it. The meme's dead
No.
already.
The memes.
Some weird people are gonna do it.
Well, the thing with that is, I don't know if you looked up recently, but supposedly, rather than making that, the guy that made that, the raid thing, instead he decided to make it a music festival.
Oh.
Why? Specifically because if anyone actually went to Area 51, they're getting shot on sight.
Yeah,
it's not, hey guys, you can't be here. Oh my god, yeah. Have you seen videos of people, going up there? They say, get the fuck out of here. They're aggressive.
Super Mega went up.
Yeah.
And they play Pokemon Go at the gate.
That's a different story, I guess. I don't know. I guess we're feeling a little bit more lenient. But the ones that I have looked, it's like families of three, like a kid. And they're all up there. And they go and, 5 or 6 cars. And they're like, hey, listen, you can't be here. Get the fuck out of here. And they have M16s and everything.
But I feel like they might react different because they know that this is a planned thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they're aware of it.
They're probably, they've probably taken, I don't want to say classes, but, they've probably been walked through special procedures. Yeah, hey guys, this is coming up.
They had the PowerPoint on the Naruto run.
On the Naruto.
Yeah.
It is actually like that. This.
Hey, we can't. We're expecting a shit ton of citizens to come in. We cannot kill them, but we can do maybe we'll just tase them all. Yeah. Exactly.
Tear gas, things like that.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
You know what I mean? Because it's a different situation where they kind of know. It's not like people are just showing up and they're threatened.
Yeah.
They know that there's going to be a whole bunch of nerds going
to see what's in there.
I guarantee you at least 15 people will go.
I don't know.
At first, I thought maybe 80 people. We talked about this on other podcasts. I thought maybe 80 to 100, but now that the memes died down, I feel like a lot less.
No, but there's those weird kids out there.
That's what I'm saying, a lot less. Before, I thought it was 80 when the hype was still up, when even normal people were joking about it. But now I think
that a lot more people are going to show up. But the fact that they made it a music festival just to just so that guy doesn't feel bad if anyone dies. I mean, naturally speaking, I don't know. I'd feel kind of bad. That would suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
What's the time?
44.
You want to keep going or what?
It's up to you. It's up to you this time.
I mean, I'm out of topics. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Something I was thinking about. If you could move to another country and live there only for a month, where would you live?
Japan.
France.
Yeah, but why?
Japan.
Speak French.
I'm asking why, Caesar.
Because
I know you speak French. That's awesome.
Because I love Japan. I love the food. I love the entertainment. I love the fashion. I love everything about Japan.
You're a weeb.
I love the history. I love all that.
Oh shit! Real quick.
Yeah.
There was something kind of funny that happened.
What?
I was taking an Uber home, and it was this Jamaican guy or whatever. I don't care. But he's like, your name is Shafiq. Assalamu alaikum. And I was like, shit. You know, he thinks I'm Muslim. Great, another one. So I was like, all right, whatever. And I told him, like, hey, it's just my name or whatever. And he was like, okay. And he's like, so what you doing? You know, you came from your friend's house. And I was like, oh yeah, it was just my friend. You know, we were just hanging out. And he's like, you ain't getting no pussy, bro? And I was like, no, man, I didn't get any pussy. Just, you know, hanging out with a friend. Oh, a guy friend. Yeah, a guy friend. Oh, so you gay? And I was like, whoa. I was like, no, I'm not gay, man. And he's like, hey, it's okay if you're gay, bro. And I was like, no.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. It was like 1 a.m. This guy's like, yo, it's okay to be gay though, bro. Like, I'm okay with that. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm not gay. And he's like, all right. And then he just kept driving, and he's like I don't know, but it was really like, I was okay with it. I was like, oh, fuck it, whatever.
That's
I'm going.
weird.
Yeah, no, Ubers are weird. You never know what you get.
Creepy taking an Uber alone.
Oh, I don't know. I've taken it tons of times. I either die or I go to my location. So it's.
I feel like it's a win-win.
yeah, exactly.
Depends on the mood.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys ever had creepy Ubers?
I don't really take Ubers.
Yeah.
Like, we only take them when we're on vacation.
Yeah.
Right.
No. I haven't had any weird Ubers. No.
Well, we had that one guy in D.C., the Holocaust
He
guy.
made like a horrible Holocaust joke. Which was really ballsy, considering he had no idea what our sense of humor was.
The best part was it was a shared ride, so we stopped to pick up this other girl, and we're all giggling. And she gets in the car, she goes, "What's that funny?" And
we told her the joke, and like she didn't laugh nearly as hard.
She was like one of those really hipster,
Yeah.
telling me all of
Yeah.
the museums to go to in DC, as if like I knew everything she was talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh, great.
But,
One of those.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well,
I think that'll be it for this podcast. It's the Couch Nebula crew. It's Shafiq.
Megan
Hi.
and Caesar.
Wow, that was just too much energy.
Yeah, so
Man.
we'll see you guys next week on the Couch Nebula podcast. So tune in. Don't forget to set your alarms. 6 p.m. Friday. What's next Friday? What's the date?
The 24th.
The 24th. 6 p.m.
I lied, it's the 25th.
The 25th, Friday, the 25th, 6 p.m. Set your alarms, everybody,
No,
because
I lied, it's the 23rd.
the 23rd, everybody, set your alarms. We're coming at you.
Coming at them?
That's a promise.
That's a promise. We're coming right for you.
We're gonna get sued by a couple of